TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's America's Got Talent After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's America's Got Talent After Show.
Yes. Aww. Hey everyone, welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's After Show for America's Got Talent. We are here doing Season 9, Episode 14. We are in the quarterfinals. We've got 12 acts, and 5 are going to make it through onto the semifinals. I am Kaori Takee, and joining me is the crew. We're all here, all together. It's kind of hard during the summer to get us all together because we like to have our fun as well, and this is fun too. But Daniel Weiss.
Hi. Hello.
And we've got Kevin John.
Sorry, that was just my part right there on the song. But yes, so good to see you guys back. So good to be back.
We are
so
and
reunited,
and it feels so good. Yeah.
Reunited
because we. It's funny.
You're off.
He got really into it.
Didn't Daniel look like Kenny Rogers, like Willie Nelson, Kenny Rogers together when he was just singing that?
No.
I would say he looks
No.
like a skinny Daniel Bryan. Skinny,
I'll take
tall
it.
Daniel
Yes.
Bryan.
Yes. Yes.
Well, because you're trying to grow that beard, so I'll give you some credit for it. Because
That would be awesome if we all know who Daniel Bryan is.
we all do. You don't. For those of you listening on the podcast, I right now am sporting a 5-foot beard.
It is.
Like ZZ Top. It is just going down to my waist.
So you got to go to YouTube to see if this is true or false. We just wanted to, dedicate this particular after show to Robin Williams.
Absolutely.
We never will have a friend like him because he was just an original talent, phenomenal, and it was a great shock.
Yes.
So sad to see him go.
I just want to say really quick, a few years ago, I got the honor of doing improv with him, and it's always been one of the biggest highlights of my life. And he was so nice and so humble.
He seems really humble and really nice, and always comic relief. Every interview I've seen of him, it's just so funny, and he's so smart and so clever and so witty. If only I had if only my toe was as talented as he was, I'd be made.
That would be weird. But just to kind of piggyback off of you guys, he was really one of the people that influenced me to get into entertainment, And once I got into entertainment, I found out I was nearly not as funny or talented as he was. But, he made it look just so fun and engaging. And, there's not many comedians, actors that just have the versatility that he did.
Right.
This man can do everything. And he did it excellent. Mm-hmm. I mean, if he wanted to become a rock musician, I'm sure he would have excelled in that. But, at any rate, it's definitely a sad day. You've heard everyone mourning him. I'm sure will go on for the next several months, and his soul will definitely be missed. It was real funny. Can I just say this real quick? Robin Williams said this hilarious joke yesterday, or not yesterday. I was looking at something yesterday that Robin Williams said. He said this joke. I'll say it real quick. So, a husband and a wife are getting intimate in the bedroom. Little Timmy comes in, interrupts them. The dad goes, "Oh my God!" So then, after him and his wife finish up, he goes into Timmy's room and, to talk to him about what Timmy just saw. So Timmy, once he goes into the room, little Timmy is in there with his grandmother getting it on. And then Timmy looks to the dad and he says, "Oh, it's not so funny when it's your mother, is it?" Robin told it a whole lot better.
I think
than I did.
Maybe a little more engaging if Robin said it.
Yeah,
but.
He told it. See, that just goes to show how brilliant that man is. He is not to be duplicated or imitated. He was one of a kind.
Oh, he was. Yes.
Incredible job.
Yeah.
Incredible guy.
All right, so let's move on to America's Got Talent's after show, we had Howie Mandel, who also wanted to dedicate this America's Got Talent episode to him, understandably so. Overall thoughts of these 12 acts before we, break them down.
Here's what I say. We were watching it, and most of the acts, or half of the acts, I feel like the three of us were not impressed as much. And the judges they were great. You were so wonderful. I feel like the judges were high praising people more so than they should tonight.
I agree with you. I felt like all the acts were a little more fluffed up than they really should have been. Some of the acts that I thought were kind of bad, some of them got standing ovations, and that really shocked me. And I was thinking, well, is it that different TV versus live? Because I'm not seeing the phenom here. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think you guys missed it. This tonight was the best night in the history of America's Got Talent.
I think they said three acts are the act that could win.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, no, honestly, that right there was me being sarcastic, but really that's how we felt the judges were reacting to every act today. They were sitting there, standing ovation, praising them. And there was even a point in time, I can't remember if it was you, or you, Daniel, and you guys were like, did they just watch the same exact performance that we watched? Because the judges were just overly nice, and I don't know. Part of that was because they started off on a somber note, saying we're dedicating this to Robin Williams, and maybe just because of that fact, they wanted to encourage all the artists that came on stage and praise them, because the mood was kind of light. It didn't seem like they really wanted to be extremely critical tonight. So I don't know if that influenced their high praise, but. Yeah, usually the judges are great. Usually at least one of them I agree with every time. And there was several times tonight where I just could not understand where they were coming from.
I agree.
I really didn't. Usually it's just Heidi I don't agree with. Today, most of the judges I didn't agree with. So
yeah, and now our audience and our viewers get to listen and hear what we have to say and our call about these acts. So let's break them down.
Say, these guys, what were they watching?
Yeah, you guys can say what it was phenomenal. But let's start with Dragon Age. This popping contortionist group.
Dragon House.
Is it Dragon House or Dragon Age? Well, anyway.
Dragon House, the agent. Dragon Age is a video game.
Yes, and I thought that was cool that they actually were dancers, but I guess they're not called Dragon Age, but that's okay. I actually thought they were okay, but then it felt long. It just got longer and longer. They looked good. I like what they do, but to fill that whole entire stage, it just, after 30 seconds, they needed something more, to be honest.
I feel like they're doing the exact same thing that they did the other two times they performed.
And that's what Howard Stern was saying as well. So you agree with Howard Stern?
No, he agrees with me.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
What?
Anyways, so yeah, I thought they were good. In all honesty, I kind of vaguely remember them when they performed the first time around. Because
they kind of came through a commercial break, if I remember. Because I was impressed the first time I saw them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
this is the thing. I personally like that kind of dance, that hip-hoppy, electric, futuristic, pop lock. I love that kind of dance. I've always grown up being impressed by it. And, I just feel that with the three of them, the way that you can really determine a great dancer is if you isolate them and just look at them. And I think if you take any one of those three guys and just had them performing by themselves, it would not have really been that great a show. I think with them together, the choreography was okay, but I don't know.
Which is kind of telling because we had Turf that we talked about.
Yeah.
And he was a contortionist a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
And he was alone and a solo dancer.
Exactly.
And he really filled that stage.
Oh, he killed it.
Yeah.
He killed it.
Well, let's look at, if we're going to do that, then let's look at Kenichi.
Another great example.
Well, let's get to Kenichi when we can compare them to the shadow dancers in this particular contest this tonight.
That's what I think, and we'll talk about it also when we get to that. Yeah. But I feel like you have someone like Kenichi that did some really great things, and then you have it like 3 or 4 different acts that can only do one part of his. Like I feel like Dragon House was only one part of what Kenichi can do. So if you have someone that won last year that did all of this stuff, and now you just have a part of it,
I mean,
not as good.
And I agree. I think that it also stands that, every next season we want to see something different, right? So I felt like this particular night, a lot of these acts were nothing adventurous or unique. Even like the shadow dances, which we'll get to. Kenichi had that, but better with the arcades and everything. So let's talk about Anna Clendening. Please tell me I got this
Anna
one right.
Clendening?
She has anxiety. And, in the last time we saw her, she broke down and still performed and made it through to Radio City Music Hall. I think she's a singer, and she sang with her back turned to the judges.
She was behind the half of the audience.
And half of the audience. Yeah. And I suspect it's because it was for her to minimize her anxiety. But aside from that, I personally wasn't impressed with her performance. She's a great singer, but I've seen way better singers or much better performances in previous episodes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Here's my thing in regards to that. Like, first of all, let me say this. An anxiety disorder is something extremely severe.
Right.
And, I definitely, my heart and sympathy goes out to anyone that suffers from that, because that is,
yes,
not an easy thing to deal with. However, the thing that I have to say is, if this is what you do, you want to be a professional singer, you want to be a professional, you're going to have to at some point face those fears, whatever it is that you have, and, perform on the stage. Mm-hmm. Now, whether it was the judges that were intimidating her, the audience, I don't know what it was. But I think at some point in time, you have to conquer that if you do want to be an artist. And the fact that she couldn't perform out there just shows, okay, she hasn't really strengthened or grew as an artist. And maybe they're setting it up. Maybe her next performance, she will be out on the stage in front of everybody. So to just show her trend, her growth.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I was kind of distracted by the fact that her stage was turned against the audience and the judges. I didn't understand why. So I thought that was kind of like detering from her or losing focus from her talent. Mm-hmm. But regardless of that, the singing, fine, but I wasn't blown away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thoughts, or I agree?
I concur.
You concur. All right, then let's talk about the next group, Cornell Bonga. I guess they won that Today Show challenge.
Yes.
And so here they are at Radio City Music Hall. They are a group of bongo dancers from Cornell University. Self-explanatory. Thoughts?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was very entertaining. They did something that I thought was unnecessary, which was they had some guy sitting in the audience the whole time.
Not just any guy. And then their main man.
Well, but then he popped up and was dancing with them, which was just kind of out of nowhere. It wasn't like a story going on and where this guy interrupted or had anything to do with it. But that guy aside, he was very cool when he was there. And the stuff he did was cool. I liked it. I thought it was entertaining.
Okay. All right. Silencio.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to say it the right way because I don't want to come off overly critical of them. I respect that the culture. Okay. Bollywood, I think it is. And I think the dance was great. I honestly was not entertained that much until the unnecessary entrance was made. Because that guy was a great dancer. The guy that did make the entrance. I wish he would have made an entrance through another way because it was kind of lame.
Oh, he could have just been there the whole time.
Or just been there the whole time. I agree. So it was very unnecessary. But he was really the only part once he started dancing that I really enjoyed about it. You know. Otherwise, I was just kind of like whatever.
I concur. I agree.
Sure concurred.
Let's talk about Kieran and Finian make peace. Was that right?
Mm.
All right. Yay. Man, this one, I concur. I hate to say it, but they're kind of boring from the very beginning. I agree with Heidi Klum for once. They took a really good song, a really popular pop-in fun song.
What song was it again?
Lights by Ellie Goulding.
Oh,
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. And they made it so lame. Like, it was a snoozer.
Here's my thing. I don't mind an artist trying to do a rendition of another song. Sometimes I think that you can score doing that. However, for these particular people, they made the song, as Heidi said, anemic. They made it long, and it was quite lethargic. And like, it had no energy at all to it. And like Daniel, I slept through it.
I just don't think it was the right song choice for them, and the way their rendition was kind of sucked. I'm sorry, it wasn't very good. Daniel,
I think I said what I needed to say.
By snoring?
Yes, they were boring, and I didn't think they were very good singers.
Yeah,
and they were boring.
Yeah,
Sorry. Look, I will say this as a blanket to everything, all of the acts, which is I give them credit for going out there and doing it. Good for them. You want my opinion? They were boring.
Okay, well, viewers and listeners, we want your opinion, so go to iTunes as well as YouTube. Tell us what you thought about this show, us. If you like us, if you don't, 5 stars regardless, that'd be awesome.
If you don't like us, go straight to Kaori's Twitter and tell her specifically.
Yeah, but you can go to Kaori and say nice things. It's up to you.
It's up to you. So I'll give you her address later, and you can just go up to her and tell her nice things.
It's actually 1234 Sesame Street. That is my address. So there, now you guys have it. So go over and let's keep the conversation going. Tell us what you think, and let's move on to Mike Super, who is an illusionist, and he needs his sidekick Desmond to appear, and it's very unpredictable whether Desmond will appear or not.
I have a feeling he's gonna appear every time.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Desmond, I'm a little moody Desmond. Just kidding. He's definitely gonna appear. And then we had Mel B, who decided. Well, he asked her to be her little helper or whatever. What'd you guys think of this act?
It started off slow.
I
feel like with magicians, I know there's setup time, but if you have to set something up, be entertaining about it. That was one of the things I liked about Colin's Key last year.
Yeah,
he'd be big and he'd be like, all right, everybody, I know that you like this. And I just thought that his setup time was a little lame.
He had
for no reason.
Well, no, we discover it.
He revisited
it.
Yes,
but still, he's just like, how you guys doing tonight? It was so weird. And then I honestly felt like, okay, first of all, he could have at some point, using sleight of hand, touched Mel B's palms and put the soot or whatever on her palms. And then I honestly think that the chair was wired so that when he hit the stun gun, that it shocked her butt.
Yeah,
because he hit the back of the doll, and she said later it shocked my butt.
Yeah, I think when you mentioned it, I thought that made perfect sense, and that I would put money down that that's probably what it is. It's like connected electronically, the buzzer to the taser or whatever.
Is it bad that I just was not amused at all at that particular show? It was not entertaining. It was, and then this whole picking the judge to do, that's another thing. They just need to stop with picking judges and including them in their acts. Like, sorry, I think
Thanks
I sprayed
for
you.
including me in your spit.
Absolutely. I like to share my saliva. So anyways,
I know. I've talked to many people.
With people that are worthy of it. So anyways, I think the inclusion of the judges is starting to get overplayed, lame, and just flat out boring. And speaking of boring, I think his act was rather boring.
I don't mind if the judges are included in the act as long as it's not boring. She was literally just sitting there, and I totally agree with you, Daniel. When it comes to magic or illusions, the setup, they need to make it entertaining because they're gonna lose us, the audience members. We just lose our attention span when we're waiting for something to happen.
Right. Well, it's just I was talking to when we had the lovely Angela Hoover in here.
Oh, we miss
you
Angela.
Both were not here. I said that I'm starting an act where it's only beginnings. I'm just gonna do setups of magic tricks.
Okay.
It's not going to be, I'm not going to go into the magic tricks. It's just going to be an hour of, ladies and gentlemen, I have in this box something magical.
So you're a tease.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So you're going to do a show of teasing the audience.
I
yes.
see.
How do you think that's going to play
terrible.
over?
Wonderful. We'll see next year on America's Got Talent.
That sounds like a strip club. Just saying.
No, we'll see how it goes next year when I'm on. It's just gonna get bigger and bigger too. I'm gonna have more boxes. I'm gonna have animals and pens. I'm gonna have 50 girls.
You realize
with
that
me.
you wouldn't get it past the first round with that, right?
Oh, I would.
How?
Oh, I would.
By not doing a trick at all.
You'll see what happens.
You know who would like you? Howie Mandel would like you. Because
Yes.
he likes that cheese ball
We'll
stuff.
see what happens. Maybe he'll give me his golden buzzer.
Maybe he would.
Or they'll all just vote for me. Well, we'll find out. Tune in next year.
Next year. Well, in the meantime, let's talk about Adrian Romoff. Sorry if I didn't say his name right.
Ramos? I don't know.
No, it doesn't F. Romoff.
Romoff?
Yeah, him. So he is a child prodigy, and I think he teeters between being annoying or amazing. That's what people, you know, like, you're either going to love him or you're going to think, oh my gosh, because he has a very blah personality for a kid. Very talented. He's a genius.
Literally.
Yeah. I think he's great, but I wouldn't go pay to see him. I would love to see him like walking in Nordstrom's, you know, and he's like playing piano while I'm going up the escalator or whatever, but
That's the thing. It's like we say a lot. If you look at it as this is something that an adult can do.
yeah.
So, and children do play piano. So it's not like
Do
it's
they
something
now?
crazy. Hey, look over there. It's a shut up, Corey.
Look, I play piano. I'm Asian. Of course we learn to play piano.
Way to be racist against your own people.
All right, let's go.
There's black people that play the piano.
Corey, I believe it's time for you to go back to Vegas this week.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anytime.
I feel that
Vegas?
if it was an adult playing the piano the same way, we'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, okay.
No, I completely
He's
agree
very
with you.
good, but I just think at this stage,
Uh-huh.
it's not as good to be
Yeah,
there.
because I think part of the charm and the votes is because he's so young, and it's part of his charisma is his
Right.
youth.
But then, I mean, sometimes you just have to put age aside and be like, this is talent. I don't give a damn if you're 89 years old and you come out and do that. That is talent.
It's talent.
Not everybody
but
can come out and do that.
For America's Got Talent, which is a competition show,
Uh-huh.
I don't think that it's as good as some of the acts.
Okay, well, tonight, I think that it was actually
Tonight,
right up
yes.
amongst the
It was
best.
probably one of the best tonight, but
Yeah.
tonight wasn't a very great night.
That's true. I mean, I think there are some acts when it's just cute because it's a kid. It's a cute kid act, and that's what it is. But I truly believe this dude is gifted.
Well,
And
yeah.
I mean, he truly has talent. He has gifts. And
I don't doubt that. I'm just saying that.
maybe if they had him play a different song or they did something different to showcase his piano skills, maybe just not the basic classical. I forgot what the name of the song was that he played tonight. It's
I
pretty
forgot
popular.
too.
But maybe if he came out and did something else or there was more spectacle or something. He had a band going with him and he was, playing the John Legend's All
Yeah.
of Me or something,
I have a feeling he's going to make it through, but we'll get to predictions in a little bit. Let's talk about Acro Army. What'd you guys think of them?
I liked it a lot. It
Yeah.
was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I think they were good. They kind of were like cheerleaders, but not.
Yeah. No. I mean, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But,
That guy was big.
I honestly would say that was probably my favorite one of the night.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. No. Well, it wasn't
Comparatively,
hard.
of
I'm about to
this
say, it
night.
wasn't
Yeah.
hard tonight. But
I liked some of the commercials better.
Right?
Yeah.
I like the popcorn we ate better.
Yeah,
But,
because we were on a escapade to find popcorn here in the studio.
and the lovely producers here totally found us. They relieved us of popcorn. And it
Big
was-
ups to Roxy Stryer for getting us popcorn.
Right, and you
we love
can
you.
actually, we don't want to give too much away because this fall our reality show is coming out and you can see all of it on there. It's called KKD, and it's just going to be about us and recording our podcast and the lives that we live.
And how long it took us to find popcorn.
Yes, so that's actually, I think
really did.
it's probably going to be episode 13. So please check us out on the E! Network. It's going to be KKD Run the Town.
That would be a really fun show.
It's real. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why I'm teasing it right now.
Thursday nights at 9 o'clock.
And we'll do the after show for ourselves. as
Of
well.
course.
Which is good because then that way we don't have to try to get in special guests from the show.
Right, we already got them, us.
All the time.
Exactly.
Let's talk about Wendy now. I think while Daniel decides whether he wants to stay or not talking about Wendy,
I don't want to do it.
Should I stay or shall I go?
I totally understand that because you're blocking my camera.
Good.
I totally understand that because
Here's the thing. I don't understand it.
well, the thing
What the judges were thinking by giving her a standing ovation. She wasn't very good.
yeah, I don't understand that either.
I don't get her jokes and why people were laughing at them for the most part.
So Daniel forgot to take his pills before the telecast
Well,
today.
here's the thing. Like Mel B was saying, oh, was it Mel B or Heidi Klum? I don't know which one. I forget. But one of them was saying, I'm so glad to see a female like make me laugh this hard. I've never seen one make me laugh this hard. What about Angela Hoover? She was way better than Wendy. I'm sorry.
I agree.
After a while, that joke about her being older and older and older and older was just lame.
She did it 3 too many times.
And she didn't have a good start.
She had a terrible start.
Like the whole like magazine perfume thing. I think there's only a certain age group that would totally catch it at first. I mean, we caught it, but I think if you're a really like a teenager, like between 13 to 18, I don't think they have that anymore going on.
And I don't understand.
Well, I don't read magazines anymore.
You
but.
guys smell great. What is that, Febreze?
Yeah.
Is that a joke because she's a housewife and she
It
smells?
just was weird.
Here's the thing. Again, good for her getting out there and doing it.
Sure.
And it's not on her because if someone tells you you're good at something, you might think you're good at something. So that's what I'm upset about is I sat there thinking this is painful to watch. And then the judges gave her a standing ovation. And yes, stand-up is hard.
Yes.
It is. And I've accidentally done it once in my life and that's it. But I've watched people do it and it is hard.
Well,
But if you're not very good at it, you shouldn't be praised for it.
I'm wondering if they had lights making the audience clap for her because in the beginning it was
crickets.
It was dry.
And some of her jokes got funnier, but for the whole set, she had maybe 2 good jokes. And she killed one of them because the age thing was kind of funny at first.
But then she killed it the other way.
Right. There's a saying that either do something 3 times or do it 47 times.
Yeah.
Because it gets to a point where it's funny. It's not funny anymore. And then it's funny again. She did it 30 times.
Yeah.
It was funny. It wasn't funny anymore. And then she stopped.
Yeah. It just wasn't good. Sorry, guys. I mean, I feel so bad. This is kind of like
Well, like I said, it's not on her. It's on the judges. That's what I'm upset about.
You know, despite Daniel's outlandish antics about 5 minutes ago, I could not agree with him more. You
guys agree.
Yeah, no. I agree. I think the problem is...
united and it feels so good.
So cute.
But no, the problem is when you praise mediocrity, all right?
That was like the theme of the night, by the way. Okay.
Praising mediocrity.
Sorry, hater.
Hashtag that. But yeah, you know, when you praise mediocrity, I think you don't do... you do a disservice to the person that you're praising because they are inaccurately feeling that, or you're inaccurately telling them that they are outstanding at something they're not. So unfortunately, they may conceive that, and she may think, "Oh, I got a standing ovation at Radio City Music Hall. Oh my goodness, next a world tour," you know, and I don't even think that she would last in like the belly room at the Comedy Store, which is like the smaller room that has like 15 people. But you know, the thing is like, you know, I did stand up mistakenly too, like Daniel. Not just once though, but I did it like maybe a dozen times mistakenly. Took
Why
me a
is
while.
this mistakenly? Were you terrible?
I didn't say mistakenly.
You did.
I said accidentally.
Oh,
Oh
dear.
wow, big
Okay.
difference.
I went to watch a show. My friend said, "Hey, you want to come up and do stand up in this?" I said, "All right, fine."
Yeah. Well, Yeah, so the thing is, I understand that it's a very difficult. Stand-up is probably the hardest thing to do because you get that instant.
You need to feed off the audience.
Yeah, it's strictly audience.
Yeah.
And you're completely vulnerable out there. So I give her that, especially at her age, to come back and attempt something like that. But the problem is they wrongfully pray. And I'm not sitting here saying she was horrible, but I'm just not saying she was outstanding.
I kind of think she was horrible. See, I did not laugh at all, except maybe the first 2 to 3 times she mentioned the age thing. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it was like, all right.
But maybe we're all wrong. Honestly, maybe there's something out there, because to me, I feel very much that Dane Cook is overrated. I don't think he's funny. I don't laugh at him very much. He is one of the highest paid comedians out there.
Well,
and he sells out stadiums, and people love him, Dane Cook. And to me, I don't think he's very funny, but people do. So maybe it's just maybe we're just subjective.
Maybe it's a live versus television presence as well. You know, like maybe it's better live.
Maybe.
No, I'm about to say, I think the jokes are the same whether it's live or,
Yeah, but like feeding off people who are laughing, you're like, okay, maybe it is funny. I don't know.
But at first they were not laughing.
Yeah, that's why I felt
it was quiet.
Producers in the back.
Like we actually had to rewind after we saw the first 3 jokes. We had to rewind just in case there was something we missed. Like there was a build-up or something that we missed because it was completely flat and dead. But but I think what it really goes back to, and Daniel, you said it yourself, is the thing with comedy is it is subjective. From one person may think Kevin Hart is hilarious, the other one may think he's nice. One person thinks Chelsea Handler is hilarious, the other person may think she's not. It's all.
I'm the other person in that case.
Well, maybe you're just critical of comedians.
No, Kevin Hart's great. I love him.
So
anyways, but going back to what I was saying, it is subjective, and sometimes we subjectively get it wrong.
That's true. Yeah, we might not be the voice of the masses.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sons of Serendip. I feel like
Kevin's
they got rid of
boyfriends.
that. Yeah, you really like them. They did sing a very, very good rendition of Chris Isaac's.
You guys, you'll be able to see this in our reality show, but Kevin was just there going, this is it. These guys are going to win. They're the new Forte. I love them so much.
No, he was like, they're the new Forte without the opera voices.
Exactly. Forte played a harp and a keyboard and what the other instrument there, and one was singing. That would be Forte right there.
I will be honest with you. I think that because the slew of relatively mediocre group acts tonight, because they came out, they did a really good job compared to those. But if they were on another night, they might have not been so phenomenal.
That's true. I mean, I think what it is you don't see many acts like that. I mean, it was kind of like a symphony. And the fact that they are African American, and I told Daniel this earlier, typically there's a connotation that there's going to be hip hop or something inspired by the black culture that they would perform out there. And it was nice to see them doing something symphonic like that.
Like Boyz II Men?
Boyz II Men doesn't play the harp.
You mean like Blackstreet?
Blackstreet was an R&B group, but not Backstreet Boys, which you're thinking of.
I said Blackstreet.
Yeah, but you were thinking Backstreet.
I was not.
Whatever.
Daniel, what did you think?
They were good.
I thought
what if they were white? What would you think?
They were good.
I thought they were one of the better acts of the night.
I really look at color when I judge people like this. Either you're
so you
good
just
at something
judge
or
them.
you're not. I judge everybody.
Shizzle.
What?
Yeah, like
racist.
What? Okay, that is awkward moment.
By the way, Howie had a funny racist moment tonight too.
He did.
I forgot what it was.
It was during the Indian dance act, the Cornell guys, and he said, "Whatever language you speak." It's really
a little offensive.
Really?
Yeah, that was a little.
And they should have been like English.
Yeah,
I
know. Like, just
speak English.
Oh man, let's talk about Blue Journey. I have no notes for this, but after having Kenichi win last season and doing those video game shadow backgrounds and just being such an amazing dancer, these guys are lame. I know they're gonna make the vote because people like them. I'm sure people like them. Even I forget which judge was it that said
Melb.
Mel B.
Melb.
She said that they were the best dancers that she's ever seen. What am I missing? And we saw them live.
Right. They were good, but the thing is, when you're dancing to a video screen, you have to be precise or it doesn't work. And they weren't. If it was real, he would have fallen off the cliff that he was jumping onto. With Kenichi, he was on point with it. And I just felt like it wasn't as good.
And I'm so excited, by the way, that Kenichi is coming into, going to be performing tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Very excited about that.
Tomorrow.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we're lucky, we may try to get him in the studio afterwards.
I would love that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It's not going to happen.
So
I know, right?
It's possible.
That is true.
What did you think of this act?
I don't think they were the best dancers on the show, like Mel B said. That was another one, kind of like the comedian girl, that I just feel they were overly praising. Now, they weren't, I mean, by no means, they weren't horrible, or, it's not like they weren't talented.
They were middle of the road.
Exactly. They were pretty average. But they were praising them like these people were incredible. And I was like, really? Really? I think Bikini Opera Girl was more talented a dancer than that.
Oh, my gosh. I don't even remember that one.
Yeah.
You just remember Bikini.
I just remember Bikini Opera. There's a hashtag.
Bacopera.
All right, well, let's move on to Christian.
By the way, is she coming back?
I have no idea who you're talking
that
about. That's how much I don't remember.
All right.
So
I don't believe so.
Let's talk about from your love of bikinis to my love of doggies.
How deep is your love for bikinis?
Christian.
Tell me what you got.
Who is an acrobat artist.
Drew Hill reference.
And And
Cisco.
There's a little dog.
He was in Drew Hill.
Oh my gosh.
I love it when your booty go down.
You know what? You should, if you can dance, then we'll let you do it.
For real?
Yes.
What kind of dance do you want to see me do?
Oh,
one of those dances where you dance out of the room and don't come back?
Okay, cool. I'm good at that one. Someone give me a beat.
Don't forget your,
Give me a beat.
song.
Dong, 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 dong. Who that dress so scandalous?
Yes.
Hooch underwear can't handle this. You know all the brothers can handle this. Dong, 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 dong.
Nice. Wow, you're a pretty good dancer, but
You guys,
I shouldn't be wow.
I should have been on America's Got Talent tonight, right?
Boom.
check out YouTube to really see Kevin actually just dance.
And Daniel Weiss sing at the same
Well,
time.
I said words.
This just happened. So let's talk about Christian and his dog Scooby, who stole the show. Scooby was the show.
Scooby-Doo.
And he had...
Was that Fred Sanford? I'm coming, Scooby. This is the big one.
You guys, let's talk about this dog and his cute little doggy erection the whole time.
Scooby-Doo. Oh my God. That was hilarious. They even, like Daniel said, they had to pan the camera away at one point because it was just so obvious. And they're like, whoa.
And that dog was cute and
big
talented. And I would never risk my dog's life, but that dog can do it. And I enjoyed this one. I thought for me, it was probably the most excited I was all night.
And it was the most excited the dog was.
Yeah,
the show.
About to say, that dog was just holding on to that one.
So what'd you guys think?
I thought that the dog pretty much was the show. And I said to take away anything from the dude, because really all he did was a handstand. He did 2 handstands, if you really look at the show.
Well, he did this, thing with his arm.
Yeah, it's called a handstand.
You weren't paying attention at the beginning. He had blocks on his hands, and he was knocking the blocks off while still doing a handstand. That was pretty impressive. Also, to be able to balance a dog running on you. I thought he was great. I enjoyed it. I liked it.
It was not...
I is a letter.
Thank you. And so is shut up.
Nope, those are many letters.
Those are 2 words.
I want to mention EDM in the chat roll says, oh God, what a lame name for a dog. It's basically everyone's dog named Scooby.
That's very true.
That's very true.
That is very true. It's like the dog's name is Spot. Or, Rover or something.
It's an ordinary dog name for an unordinary dog.
That sounds like a tagline for a commercial or something.
It is.
Yes.
But at any rate, no, I'm not taking away his handstands, okay? I can't do a handstand. I can
do one. Do it.
No, I already
do
danced.
it, Kevin.
I already danced. If I did a handstand, everything would be broken in here. But no, his handstand was great, but I was just saying the show was really the dog.
Yes.
At the end, it wasn't... I forgot the guy's name. I remember Scoob.
Christian.
Christian, thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
His last name's Mingles.
But I wonder in acts like that.
.com.
Stupid.
That's true. That's where
I'm loopy.
I know. Well, we're almost at the last one.
and
So
droopy.
go.
What I was gonna say is that I wonder if like PETA and these groups when they watch this, they're like intense in case something does happen to the dog. I mean, if something.
PETA is tense when they saw Randy Jackson call everybody dog.
I do have mixed feelings about the dog being performed at that height.
Yeah, because something really could have gone. Even if it wasn't the guy's fault, if there was an earthquake or a power outage or something,
Yeah.
Not that New York gets a lot of earthquakes, but just saying.
Oh yeah, watch out for those New York earthquakes. What they should be afraid of is those Sharknadoes.
That's true.
Shark
They're
Week.
in New
Shark
York
Week.
now.
Oh,
That is true.
take your fins out. Shark Week. Okay, I love Shark Week. Shark. All right, so let's talk about the final act of the night. And all I wrote was Paul.
Eddie.
He had. You know what? I want to mention that a lot of these acts tonight had packages of sob stories. It was just like really wanted us to feel for every single act, and this was no exception. He's a good singer, but I've seen better singers before.
Oh, is that your droopy?
Yeah, I wasn't that impressed.
What the hell? What kind of voice? What was that?
I don't know.
I'm Kaori Takee. This is how I talk.
And I love pink.
I do love Pink.
You guys, I thought he was okay.
Yeah, he was
And my name is Daniel Weiss, and I thought that he was
floating eyeballs.
interesting. The reason I say that is because he looked like Manti Te'o, and that's all I have to say about it. Kevin!
I'm Kevin John, and the way that I think about it is... Kevin John!
All right, so overall, I have no idea. I'm going to try to make sense out of this, but basically, we were not that impressed.
He was okay. I've always said this about him, is he's fine, but he's the whisper singer.
Yeah.
I'm tired of him.
He wasn't very engaging.
Of all of them.
Okay, so that completes the 12 acts that we had tonight.
Yes.
We will find out tomorrow which 5 acts make it through. Yeah. Kenichi's going to be there tomorrow. We will be watching acts of the night for you guys.
Well, here's the thing real quick.
Yes.
Kenichi's going to be there tomorrow, and Taylor Williamson is going to be there tomorrow, who won't return my messages. My question is it bad that
really
watching the show tonight, we were more excited about the show tomorrow?
That is pretty bad because typically each season it's supposed to get better.
Right. They're
supposed to raise the stakes on talent, and it just goes to show that this season the talent is maybe subpar.
Yeah.
And you raise a good point. I think that's just a clear reflection of what this season is so far.
So true so far. Hopefully the next batch of the quarterfinals will.
Now, granted, Kenichi is like a one in a decade kind of performer.
Right. But still,
he's someone like that's not going to be there every season.
Correct.
But
okay, so let's act of the night, best and worst act of the night for each of us.
We're gonna start with me.
Let's start with best for everybody.
Sons of Serendip.
Okay. Oh, duh. I would say Christian because of the doggy with the erection. Yeah. All right.
I don't care.
You know how
Just
creepy
pick
you
one.
just said?
None of them were great.
Just be a pal and pick one.
I don't know. Brian.
No, I'm gonna pick one for you because you said it was one of your acts of the night, the Acro Army.
Yeah, let's say Acro Army.
Okay, boom. All right.
They're like a 7 to me, but they were the act of the night.
And the least favorite act of the night.
To me, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say it was this guy. And today I'm gonna do a trick.
Oh wow, okay, Mike Super.
Mike Super,
right.
Yeah, he was superly not super tonight.
I say hands down, Kieran and Finian make peace. My goodness, I was snoozed, and I like people singing. Not this one. You.
The judges.
All right, the judges. Talking about okay.
Good.
Or my worst act of the night.
right.
I'll go with make peace.
All right. So before we
I'll go with Nick Cannon.
before we sign off, let's predict.
Bro-fro.
Yeah.
You guys, yeah, there we go.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, so since there are 5 acts that are going to go through into the semifinals, let's predict which 5 acts we think are going to make it through from this 12 batch. Okay, so obviously you think we've got Sons of Serendip. I would say Christian, the doggy dude. You would say...
My prediction is I won't care either way.
Well, come on, just make a prediction. Stop being a jerk. Come on.
I think that Sons of Serendip will go through.
Okay.
I think Christian will go through. I think Acro Army will go through. And I think, what's her face? The singer.
What?
Who's the singer?
Anna Clendenin? Oh, I think she's going to go through too. And
Hey, and good for her.
Yeah.
It's like they said, she can get over her anxiety disorder, great, but when you're going to start putting her in this pool with Mara, who just blows me away every time, and some of the other singers, I don't think she's going to do as well. But for now, I'd say good for her.
Okay. I think, and not necessarily my personal favorites, but it's going to be Christian, Blue Journey, Sons of Serendip, Adrian Romoff, because I think he's going to get like the, oh, he's so cute and genius and smart, I want to see more of him votes. Yeah. And then also Anna Clendening for that sob story. Like, she's inspiring. Wow, she's suffering from this, blah, 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 blah. Kevin.
The Genius Kid, Sons of Serendip, Arachno Army, what else?
Arachno Army. Is that what
just let him.
Army, what is it?
Just let him.
I'm just going to let you have it.
Army.
Aggro Crag.
Aggro Crag. Oh my gosh. I wanted to climb.
Abercrombie and Fitch. Kaori's favorite store to shop at, by the way.
Oh God.
She's a huge fan of them.
Oh no. No.
Yeah, we'll just stop there. I can't even remember.
All right.
Kenichi, he's definitely going through.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he would go through. So
well,
on
he did
that
go
note,
through.
Yeah,
right.
He won. That completes our after show, and we will find out who the winners are. Well, not winners, but the next going through tomorrow, and we will be back next week with the next 12 acts. In the meantime, where can everyone follow you, lovely men?
What's up? I'm Kevin John. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HeyKevinJohn, or on my website, www.itskevinjohn.com.
I love how he says, what's up? Like, it's the end of the show. He's like, what's up, guys? You can follow me at...
Yeah, because, see, I'm talking to them at this point in time.
You're
see
talking
where I'm talking
to them?
I mean, I'm always talking to them, but I just wanted to give a what's up because they're tuning in.
All right. Daniel.
You can find me at It's Daniel Weiss on Twitter.
I love that you have a Twitter. And you have an Instagram.
Daniel, what was the last thing you tweeted out?
Today.
Hashtag
just
chicken.
Before this, I wrote, I'm on AfterBuzz TV tonight.
Yes.
Hashtag chicken. Chicken September is coming up, guys, so I'm excited.
And your Instagram?
It's a holiday.
Unless it's a secret.
No, well, it's not my Instagram, but you can check out on Instagram, which is Strike@Adipose.
Okay. Okay.
What?
It's a Doctor Who thing. Don't worry about it.
Alrighty. And you can follow me at KAORIOUS on Twitter as well as Instagram. You can follow the whole AfterBuzz family at AfterBuzz TV, and we will catch you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace out. Peace out.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Buzz you later.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.